You're listening to Polymatic.media, episode 110 for January 2024. Welcome to the Polymaticast. Hey, John, how's it going?
How's it going with you?
I first snow sort of hit the area, and I thought it would be wise to shovel my walkway, and that meant walking my butt to my garage, which is 60 feet away from the house, and it's got a little of a hill on it, and um, I got into the garage. That wasn't the problem. The problem is I was dragging back a heavy bag of salt, and I flipped over and on top of my head hurt myself. So
Hmm.
I have been sort of
So first the snow hit the area, and then you hit the area.
yeah, I literally hit the area in my backyard. So probably could have been worse, but it was not a fun. I've been sort of I got very little sleep, little rest, and I don't know. You go through an experience like that, and what your body needs is you need to lay vertical, and it needs to give you an opportunity to rest by like getting some REM sleep. Not really. If I was lucky, every 15 minutes or something, I would get a little something. So I'm still achy. I'm way better than I was 14 hours ago, 15 hours ago, 17 hours ago, whatever it was. So,
Mm.
um, yeah, I'm just, oh man, oh yeah.
So I tweaked my shoulder like a month ago, and it's been hurting because I still need to go to the doctor for it. But
Yeah.
like I can't sleep on my right side because of it, so it's kind of annoying. And I have to go and deal with that. But I know how it is. You cannot find a good, comfortable way to sleep, and that's
Nope.
it's a bit of a pickle.
And if I'm a side sleeper, right? That's
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
only one side is what is effective, where it's a combination. I can breathe, and at some degree of sort of discomfort on that side, I can get myself to a path of going to sleep. But I am not on my back, flat on my back sleeper. I'm not that person. And that was the most comfortable for me, but it was also the most sort of my brain was alive and my body was like, hey, I know you are super tired and you need a rest, but I am not going to let you. And that's what my whole night was. I'd be lucky if I, you know, went off 15 minutes, half hour, woke up, looked at the clock, saw that 45 minutes at most went by, and then, I'm up for a little bit. And then I get myself tired again, and then it was all night.
Go
So,
see a doctor, dude.
yeah, I have to, yeah. So, I think at this point, everything is sort of rained out. So, like, I probably just have a soggy backyard right now. So getting up to the car is probably not a problem for me, but like I I'm just at this moment in my brain right now, I just want to stay in the house. I'm not going into work tomorrow. I'll work from home. So
Okay.
anyhow, so that was it was a good day. And then I had this thought, I was like, today was a pretty good day. Man, what's going to ruin it? And of course, that was 5 o'clock. It was fine until I thought it'd be wise to go salt my road, my walkway. Nope. Well, at least the salt is in the house now. So I haven't moved inside since I dragged it in. It's near the back door. So we'll address it later, I guess.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I also had some little accident recently. I was in a hurry to do something, and I put down a glass of a beverage, and then proceeded to tip over the beverage into my PC. And I haven't moved that fast in that long. It was like super fast mode, and pulled the plug, and I think that me pulling a plug really saved that PC
Hmm.
because I took it apart and cleaned it out. But in the meantime, I did buy like a bunch of new hardware, so now I have an extra PC. So I was like panic buying hardware left and right with the same with the Ryzen 5000 series with the AIM 4 chip
Yeah.
format, so I could replace parts if I needed to. So I got an extra 2 sticks of RAM with the same series, same specs. I got a 5600G and a B550 motherboard and another power supply. I was like, okay, let me just, if I get the 5600G, I can use it as a CPU and GPU, so I should be able to just, do some work on it, like kind of have everything. And I was like, my most important part was the data was good, because I didn't do a backup the day before, and I was like, oh no, I'm going to miss out on all the stuff that I did. So yeah, that was kind of that was a very, very bad situation.
2023 wasn't letting us get out easily, and 2024 is making it difficult just to get in.
Well, I think 2024 is going to be much better for me. So far, it's been much better.
Well, I was on a roll until I literally was on a roll. So,
But yeah, it was super important to take out all the parts, and I took apart the GPU. I had to take the front of the GPU off to take the back of the GPU off. So when it fell in, immediately the displays turned off on the PC. So I was like, oh, frack. And it was on for like 3 or 4 seconds after that, because immediately, as soon as I noticed that it happened, I sprinted towards the wall and pulled the plug out of the wall, and then everything was off. So, but the machine was still running. So, maybe. So I was pretty sure it was still okay-ish, but I took everything off the motherboard. I took everything off the GPU. I repasted the GPU. It's running a lot cooler now. That's good, I guess. I cleaned it out, and it was fine. So now I have an extra PC. Oh man, that was dumb. Yeah, that was not great.
Yeah, the decisions we make and the results are not pleasant.
It wasn't as much a decision of more of like I was in a very, very big hurry to do something, and then I couldn't do that thing anyway because I had to take everything apart.
Right. I've had few problems here since I moved. I have very beige, I wouldn't call them white floors, but it's a beige color. So carpeting. And up here, I think I've maybe had like 2 spills or something, which I've since sort of, rectified immediately right after the fact. But like in a year's time, because I spent a lot of time snacking and eating up here, right? Because it's my only functional area.
There's like a zone of snack dust around where you sit.
So, that being the case, like I've been fine, but I just always been, tried not to hit that one day where I spilled something major like coffee or something that was staining, and So,
yeah. I did do a cool thing though. I did get a new monitor arm, and I'll get to that in a minute when we're talking about Amazon for a little bit. But I did move my PC up from the floor onto the desk behind everything else. So I did do that, and then did I send you a picture of that? No, I don't think so. But yeah, that was very useful, and now no PCs will ever be on the floor ever again. Because it was in a good position because it reached everything with wires and stuff. But if I hadn't, if it wasn't there, it was like in the location where if a glass of something were to fall over, it would immediately
go into the PC.
Go into the PC, and because the PC is an open case, so it luckily the surface tension of the drink did not go all in, so it did kind of spill over it, but enough went through that it went into the GPU. But the GPU was fine eventually, because I just had to take everything apart and bathe it in like isopropanol and whatever. I think I wasted like a whole bottle of it just to clean everything up. And but luckily I have another PC, which is like almost the exact same spec, except for like it has 32 gigs instead of 64. So I was good, and I copied over the data from the SSD of the Art PC, and everything was there, so it was good. So all I had to do was clean up, and I could. I don't actually the next day I was just perfectly fine to work on it again, but I did spend until like I was supposed to be in super early in that morning because there was something important at work, and I did spend from like 8 in the evening until I think 3 o'clock in the morning, cleaning stuff and whatever before I felt it was okay for me to go to bed. I was like, okay, now I've done everything that I can do. I need to take a break. That was super stressful, and I hope I never have to deal with that ever again. But that's not how life is. Yeah, it was also kind of like a wake up moment for myself because I was like, I'm spending too much time thinking about work, and I need to, maybe take a chill pill for a bit, maybe relax a little bit and take a break because I'm always on working. So, and not as much like for myself, but always for the office. So I
Right.
need to have like this is one of the things that like I said I think I said during the week when you asked me about the topics for this episode, I thought maybe, taking a break is a good idea. And yeah.
I've always had to put boundaries in with work, no matter where I worked, and definitely that became a true practice for me in some places that I worked at. This is at the time where pre-pandemic, a lot of companies just assumed that they had all the leverage, and probably true. But when pandemic happened, people are like, "Yeah, I don't like this. Screw this," and they sort of employees took at least in the U.S. sort of in our industry kind of took the power back, and left undesirable situations for more desirable situations. And then companies started to realize they don't hold the cards, and this sort of behavioral perspective that they sort of retain all the time, like expecting you, well, your salary, and who cares that you worked 80 hours because we set um, unreasonable goals and make commitments and that kind of thing. Been pretty systemic for me personally. So maybe not where I'm at now, but like other places. And so you working, way more time and never turning off is very fitting with how companies assume that they are allowed to operate.
Well,
You
that's
know,
that's not the case here in the Netherlands.
in
You know, it's more of like there's too much stuff going on that it's not
it's a
a
you thing. I
this,
get that,
they
but
don't
also
require it of me. It's not a
yeah,
thing that they
but
require of me.
you have
But
conditioned yourself this way
yeah,
because you probably have learned it from what I was talking about. This sort of toxic, behavior that companies sort of operate under. So
no, it's more like there's a bunch of stuff that needs to happen in a specific amount of time, and it's not like they require it of me, but it's like there is no other way than it has to happen before this and this date, because otherwise we're going to have a very big problem and I'm going to be spending more time on something. So
hmm.
I'm just doing these things so I can get some calm back. But there's other stuff happening, and then there's people that are coming, there's people that are leaving, there's all sorts of other stuff happening. So I'm like, yeah, I need to and sometimes I just have to have a moment where I just turn off everything.
Yeah, I understand. Human break. That's what I call it.
I need a break from and it would be nice after like working 20 years for this company, I could take like a month or two off. That'd be like a super, super, super good idea. I should talk to HR about this.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? After 20 years, do you get like a month off or something? 2 months, 2 months of sabbatical thingy? That'd be nice, paid. Yeah, that'd be nice. It's not gonna happen, but you can dream. But yeah, so I've been trying the last couple of weeks after the whole incident um with the drink in the PC. I was like, okay, wake up call. You need to take care of this. You need to take care of yourself. And also because I hurt my shoulder, it was kind of like getting problematic. And I was like, okay, I need to take it, be a little bit more chill about this, and maybe do not work as much as you do. And yeah, I've been trying, but it's still not working that much. But I have to take care of myself a little bit. There's
Mm-hmm.
I've been holding off on building like Legos because I had like this content brain type dealio going on where I was like, okay, but I have to, but I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna stream, I'm gonna build the Legos and stream it and upload it to YouTube and do the things. It's like nobody's watching anyway, so why am I doing this? So I was like, so yes, last week I was like, okay, I'll build. I have the space shuttle, the Discovery. It's set 10,283. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna build it. So I built the Lego last night. Yeah, it was pretty nice and relaxing. Put some stuff on the background. So yeah, and like not having to worry about entertaining people. So if you're streaming like artwork and stuff, you have to be entertaining and also spend a lot of time on the stuff itself.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of hard. Even though I'm not that big of an artist at all, still you have to be somewhat entertaining and keep an eye on chat and stuff. Even though
Yeah.
there's like
Engaging. I have friends
yeah.
who do it, and they're very good at that. Um, but I'm not sure that I would be that kind of streamer. I would be mostly ignoring the chat.
Yeah, I was thinking on the one hand, um, a Lego build would be fun because when you do that on Twitch, people do show up. It's kind of funny. It's kind of nice, and then you can have like a nice conversation about you know about Legos and whatever. But I have so many kits that I still need to build. But the space shuttle is insanely big. It's not as big as the Ecto one that I still have to do, but it's already pretty chunky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'll build the Ecto one and stick the light, get one of those light kits for it. Like I have the thing behind me, the DeLorean, and
Yeah.
the other light up kits. And they were kind of expensive. I think the light up kit for the Ecto one is about the same price. Yeah, it's about the same price as the actual Lego kit. It's insane. But you can get cheaper ones. But then the question is, what's the quality on those, right? So you build that thing into it, and then it doesn't turn on.
Or it
Right?
melts.
Hmm?
Or it melts.
Yeah, or catches fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's not. We're not doing that. So what else? Oh yeah, and then I had talked a little bit about the
Amazon.
Amazon thing. Yeah. So I found something interesting. I got a gift card for Christmas from my parents. I activated the Christmas the gift card, and then I tried to buy something, and it said, "Oh, you have to validate your identity to buy anything off the Amazon Marketplace." Because what I read about it is that they're using those gift cards for scamming, and that the reason why you have to validate it is because they're afraid that you might purchase these things through Amazon, purchase something through Amazon with those gift cards, that is from like one of those marketplace sellers, and the marketplace seller, anybody can become a marketplace seller. So basically, it messes up. It They get into like a situation with the EU government, I think, because they have to be careful with these gift cards because they can be used for scamming. They just basically just steal the money,
Right. Yeah.
never deliver anything.
I know that happens here in the U.S. as well.
Yeah.
You get this whole every time I would try to buy a gift card for somebody, right? I would get this sort of thing at the register. Are you sure you wanted it? Yes. Yes. Are you sure? No, I'm not being scammed.
That's what the nice guy from Microsoft is telling me.
Yeah. From the Windows mainframe.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like they are. Yeah, I hate it that it comes to this, but they should at least, validate the people. So from work, we got a gift card that you can turn into other gift cards. So basically, you get like, let's say $50, then you can, or like $100, and you can then purchase other gift cards with it. So there's one of these stores like Coolblue in the Netherlands. You can buy like a gift card for Coolblue, but their limit now is that you need to buy a gift card. You can maximum buy a €50 gift card from them, and then you have to do it again. But it's like it takes like a couple minutes extra, and it takes a bit more time because you have to refill and everything. But they just, they allow it, but they put this roadblock in the way to not be able to convert it to like a €100 gift card from them to a €100 gift card from Coolblue. I don't know. It's super stupid. Anyway, gift cards. I don't know if they do it over there as well now, but yeah, at least they're doing it over here.
I've
So
gotten from
it
like
took me like 3 days for it to be validated. Okay, I did, activate it over the New Year's, but
yeah, I got from past job things like that where I was given like a virtual gift card, which then you're supposed to turn, and it's just like they seem to be the shoddiest of websites, and something doesn't seem right about it, and I'm just like, look, put a 20 in a card, or or just go to the brand, like local thing like Wawa or something, put $25 on it.
yeah.
And when I was Mr. Boss, of course, I had to put out 15 of those things myself. I didn't have to, but I did. Right. So I don't miss having to worry about that. So, putting out gift cards to over a dozen people. So
Yeah. We had a Christmas lunch at work where everybody got, parts of things, and I made chicken satay, and I made some deviled eggs. Do you know what deviled eggs are?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I made some deviled eggs, and that was pretty good. And it was pretty nice. Yeah, it was a good, entertaining event. But it took so much work to get everything organized and whatever. And I was like, okay. And it took like, I spent the entire evening the night before working on stuff. And then the day of, I spent a lot of time on it. And I was like, oh. And then it's like half an hour and everything is gone. So much time spent on things. But okay, it was pretty nice, and everybody bought little gifts and whatever. We had like a secret Santa, or as I like to call it, secret Satan. Secret Satan is much more funny.
Yeah. Other places I worked at, they do white elephant typically.
Yeah, but like this was not to shuffle the gifts around. This is just to
Exchange.
No, like a Secret Santa. So somebody has your name and you're
Right.
getting something for somebody. It's not
Yeah.
not to it's not to shuffle around and
Right. No, I
try to get the
understand
best gift.
what Secret Santa is. I'm just saying
Yeah.
there's other places I've done where they've done something like this. They've done White Elephant.
Mm. Anyway, so beverages and PPC parts, we've talked about that. Alan is in pain, we've talked about that. We've talked about the Legos. We've talked about Amazon doing weird shit with gift cards. Do you have anything else?
No, let's do links so I can lie down.
I told you to take your break, man. I told you to take a break.
Yeah, we can knock this out. I don't think it's that much of a big
Okay.
deal.
Okay, so I've got Mako, Peregrine, Polymatic link slash 1D1. I've got Exodus, which is a game. The first one's a piece of music. Second one is Exodus, which is a game made by ex-BioWare people, so people that worked on Mass Effect and whatever. So it's probably visible in the style and whatever. So yeah, Polymatic link slash 1D2. And then I have Andrea Bejar, Sunlight, Polymatic link slash 1D3. That's some music. And I have already linked this earlier to Alan anyway.
Yeah.
Laufey, a Tiny Desk Concert, Polymatic link slash 1D4. And then a video by Nakey Jakey called something about the why. Well, it's about Starfield anyway, and it sums up all the problems I've been having with that game, and like that's the reason why I uninstalled it. Anyway, Starfield is bad, really bad. Polymatic link slash 1D5, and then Plagiarism in YouTube, which is a video by H Bomber Guy. It's a very long video. It's almost 4 hours, but it is very, very good. He really just disassembles somebody, a number of people. Polymatic link slash 1D6. Very, very worth watching.
Okay, so I got 3 links. First one. Oh, building a marble clock. So this is someone I follow, and he 3D prints even his 3D printers, right? He 3D prints parts, and then he makes them, scales them up pretty big, and he's been working on this marble clock. So this is part 4, but I think this is the final part. It's interesting and really requires a lot of smarts to figure out how to do that. Polymatic.link slash 1D7. Next one is a Vox video. I thought it was kind of interesting. They were saw something on a map on Google Maps and chose to explore something that they found inside a crater. And the whole history about it, I thought it was interesting. Polymatic.link slash 1D8. And last, I don't know, haven't bought one yet, but who knows if I will. This is basically a mini computer that's meant to kind of run, good for running Linux and running, your Docker containers and stuff like that. So this person is sort of proposing it's a really good home lab device. I sort of turned all the dials up on it and priced it out to be, top end, and top end would be $450 US. So you can really kind of pack in a lot of power in this little thing. It's not going to run Windows, I don't think. But Polymatic.link slash 1D9, if you just want to have a little device around that you can put multiple Docker containers on and run multiple things on it with having some power and service attached.
Yeah. Okay, so last year I bought the Orange Pi 5, and it doesn't really have I think the biggest one you can get is like 32 gigs, but it's like a beast of a machine. It's like super fast, and it has NVMe slot on it and whatever.
Yeah.
So it is probably not as expansive as this one, but yeah, interesting.
If you watch the video, you'll see that it has like 4 Ethernet ports on it. So it's a little device with a lot of Ethernet ports, and I think they're all 2.5 gig ports.
Yeah, but it all comes down to PCI Express lanes. So
Right.
even though you have like the ports on it, you might not be able to run them because the amount of lanes that the CPU has access to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you can extend that a little bit with like a chipset. Like, for example, if you have like a motherboard with some, you have a chipset on it that, adds more lanes for like an SSD or whatever, but you're still going through that. So in the end, it all comes down to how many lanes you have available to you. And if you have a cheaper motherboard, you might not have enough to yourself. And if you have a cheaper CPU, you might not have enough lanes either. In the end, you're not gonna. If it is an ARM chip, it's probably an ARM chip, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't know how much it has. Anyway, so Alan, where can they find you?
On the internet.
On the internet. Polymatic.media/Alan for that.
Yeah.
You can
and a few
links
minutes
to his
on the
Blue Sky.
yeah, and a few minutes on the floor stretching out again.
Potato. So you can find me on Blue Sky, Polymatic/John. For feedback, you can reach us at podcast@Polymatic.media. Our website is Polymatic.media, and you can find all our links there too. Hope you tune in next time.
Okay, well, that's at least done. All right, I'm going to find myself to a floor.